United won 4-0. A late Casemiro winner sends United into the next round of the FA Cup. Both United and manager Erik ten Hag have been under pressure all week in the media after the loss to Fulham over the weekend. People are coming for United not just for the results, but also for their playing style, the effort they put in on the pitch, the cars they're driving, the food they eat, whatever. I get it. This season's been a car crash basically from the jump, and every loss now feels like reopening a fresh scab. But considering the injuries and all of the off-field drama this team's had to deal with this year, it's hard for me to at least not even try to get behind this team when they do win a match, because it happens, ever more frequently in 2024. And I feel like it's okay to get behind the team, especially knowing that, Sir Jim Ratcliffe, Dave Brailsford, Jean-Claude Blanc, hopefully Dan Ashworth, not too late. They're putting a new structure in place that's going to, clean up this team's act moving forward. First key takeaway, an ugly win is still a win. There's nothing really special to talk about here. The team played ugly and won. United were clearly the better team the entire match, and they were never really seriously threatened. In the first 6 minutes, Antony hit the crossbar, and McTominay had a point-blank header that went straight to the keeper. While United still lacked control in the midfield, and still other teams are able to break on them and break runners through, I think this is a calculated decision by Ten Hag and the coaching staff. While we're giving up a ton of shots lately, and sometimes they are in the box, we haven't really been giving up that many big chances lately, which leads me to my second point. United are playing the numbers. United's XG was 2.9 versus Forest's 0.79. They dominated possession, 61% to 39%. They had 517 passes to Forest 320. Look, I know Forest was playing kind of a mid-block, letting United have the ball, but at the same time, we still felt like we were dominating the game. I think the big stats lately, though, have been big chances, and that was no different today. United created 2 big chances, and Forest created 0. I feel like most United fans don't want to hear this just because of how ugly the team has been playing lately and our games have been. But I think that Ten Hag has been putting the team in a position to win with the roster that he has and the players he has available. The last 2 games, we haven't been able to play Ten Hag style. We've been missing a left back, a striker, or a healthy center back younger than 30 years old with any kind of pace. The back four, because they're kind of held together by shoestring, they're forced to give up tons of ground and create a distance between them and the pressing forwards and midfielders just because they don't want to get beaten in a foot race going back to the goal. So what they do is they kind of keep everything in front of them, and, we end up conceding bad shots, or we end up conceding shots, but hopefully it's a bad shot or a low percentage shot by the other team. We got burned playing this way on Saturday, but I think given the circumstances, the team is doing all that they can. As far as player performance, the attack was, poor, I would say. There was effort from Garnacho and Antony, but that was their main contribution, just being energetic and running around. Rashford was not quite as energetic. He pressed here and there. He tracked back here and there, but just not enough from him, I think. He's not great in that striker position. Rashford and Antony both had chances in front of goal, but neither of them were able to finish. Antony hitting the crossbar, Rashford going over the bar. The midfield started with Kobbie Mainoo on the bench. They brought McTominay in to take his place. I understand this. Mainoo's been playing a lot lately. He's still young. He's only 18. So I get giving him a rest every now and then. McTominay had a really good chance to score about 6 minutes in, and then he set up Rashford's shot about 10 minutes later. But, he didn't really do much. He did battle a little bit, got stuck in for a couple tackles here and there, but still not doing enough in the midfield. Bruno and Casemiro, they also battled all game. They won possession back a couple times. They were sloppy a couple times. Still not as sharp as they need to be, or their class of player dictates they should be. But, it's hard to complain when they combined for the match-winning goal. And they both stuck at it the entire match, kept trying, and, something they tried at the end came off, so you got to give them credit for that. The defense played well considering, it's being held together, like I said, by scotch tape and shoestring. I think Varane was good today. Delo looked decent, but again, it's hard to play well when the team is so dysfunctional around him. I thought Lindelof struggled a bit at center back, and then again, he ended up, I think, playing left back a little bit at the end, but didn't really give away too much. Amrabat was real shaky at left back. Again, he's a central midfielder, defensive midfielder. That's not really his position. But he looked much better in the second half when he was playing more centrally, and Ten Hag changed things up a little bit. I did want to shout out Andre Onana, though. I know I said we didn't give up a ton of big chances, but he did make 5 saves today. And while none of his saves were really crazy game savers, he's been very consistent lately. Hopefully he can keep up this consistency for the rest of the season and give United one less thing to worry about in the media, one less thing to talk about in that regard. Moving forward, United play Man City away in the Premier League on Sunday. So any positive vibes that might have come from this win, they might be gone very quickly. Like I said before, we're going to their stadium. I know it's the empty hat, but, people are going to show up for a United match, and they look like they're in good form right now. Haaland scored 5 goals today, or in their last game. De Bruyne had 4 assists in their last game. So they're a team that looks like they're in form, and they're going to be up for it. I imagine we're going to play very defensively like we did when we went to play Liverpool at Anfield. And hopefully, we can get lucky and scam a goal somewhere and get a win that way. After that, we play Everton in the league at home. And then we were supposed to play another league game at home, but that's postponed because we're going to play Liverpool in the next round of the FA Cup. Liverpool also playing well. They won 3-0 today against, championship side Southampton. But they've been good. They just won the Carabao Cup, so, they might be looking to push for another trophy this year. Honestly, that one I'm a little bit nervous about as well, but at least Højlund should be back by then, and hopefully we have Wan-Bissaka, and I don't know where Malacia is. Maybe he'll be out all year, but maybe Malacia, maybe Mason Mount, maybe we have some other people who are back who can help make a difference in this team. But yeah, these next 3 matches will be stressful because I don't think any of them we have a guaranteed win. I think even Everton at home is going to be a tough match. But, hopefully Højlund's back for that one, but, he'll definitely be back for Liverpool at least, I think. So, let me know your thoughts. Have you completely given up on this season? Are you still holding out hope for an FA Cup run? Or do you think that's done now that we've drawn Liverpool in the next round? Either way, let me know your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and look out for more content in the future. Up the Reds.